spending decades of your life to do 9 to 5 is a death trap. It means you don't want a future. You're not even planning for your own future. You don't even want real independence. It's risky because you're going to lose more, and you will lose more doing a 9 to 5 than doing your own job. So, in this video, we're talking about the risk of doing a 9 to 5. Every job has its risk, even though the freedom you're yearning for to be your own boss has its own risk. But the risk involved in 9 to 5 is way higher than the risk of being your own boss. And in this video, I'll be talking about 3 risks you're going to encounter, or 3 risks involved in doing a 9 to 5 job. So if this video looks like what you are interested in and what you want to learn from, or you really want to know the risk involved in doing a 9 to 5, you can hop in. Let's get started. I have done 9 to 5 for decades, and I realized that there is no future in a 9 to 5 job for anybody that really wants a glamorous and a glorious future for himself. It is just like doing a rat race. You keep walking around the clock and you stop and get stagnated at the same point. One will be fast to say, but I don't have what it takes. I don't have the capital. That's why I say you can do 9 to 5 to raise capital for a short period of time. When I talk about 9 to 5, we're talking about a system where you work for somebody, starting from most times even 7 and close by 4 or 5. But on norms, it mostly start by 9 and close by 5, right? And this is a paid job or a salary job. Now, a lot of us will be like, why is she always talking about 9 to 5? 9 to 5 is okay for a start if you want to maybe gather a little capital to start up something. But the fact is this, a lot of people are very quick to complain, I don't have the capital, I don't have what it takes, it's quite expensive, at least I need the salary in bulk. When the money comes in bulk, I'll not be able to lavish and spend to help me to plan well. A lot of excuses here and there. 9 to 5 is corporate and other things. But let me be quick to add here that most of the 9 to 5s you're working are for people, also people's idea, people's creativity. People came up with that idea, packaged it, came up with that job, and you are doing the 9 to 5, right? So it's basically somebody's job, or basically somebody's creativity that you are working there, you are working about. But 9 to 5, it's okay for a short period of time if you want to really gather some money to start up your own business. But telling me you want to work 9 to 5 for a decade, 2 decades is a no-no. I've done that for decades, and this is why I came up with these conclusions that the risk involved in 9 to 5 is more. First of all, you're being paid monthly while you spend daily. If you don't spend anything daily, at least data, airtime, there are lots of things you buy daily. And then this money is calculated and
I'll give you 50 bucks.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Very good.
it's like, oh, the money is big and all of that. I can tell the truth. You are losing more. 9 to 5 consumes your youthful age.
You're an asset to me. Come with me. I'm raising your salary by 30%. And now?
If you observe, most people that do 9 to 5 started maybe in their 20s.
You've been loyal, reliable. You're an asset to me. Come with me. I'm raising your salary by 30%. And now? You're here.
Really?
Go ahead. Check it out.
And then you retire in your 60s.
I'd like to retire now if I could.
It's been a pleasure working with you two.
By the time you're retired, you're already tired. Your youthful life is gone. What can you do? There are things you cannot do. And a lot of persons, if they want to be sincere with you, end up having more regrets. But they can't say it out because they feel they have wasted a good number of their youthful time doing a 9 to 5. And this is me telling you that one of the risks is that your youthful life will be wasted. I'm sorry I'm using the word wasted, but that is the truth. That is what it really is. So if you want to do 9 to 5, do it for a very short period of time and look for what you can do for yourself. Your youthful life is stocked. It's basically God, it's basically for somebody else.
See these 4 lines?
Yeah.
I just need you to stand there until 5:30 today.
And it is wrong. When will you manifest? When will you do your own work? You work for somebody and retire at 60. Are you not really tired? Are you not exhausted?
But I'd like to retire now if I could.
It's been a pleasure working with you two.
And this will lead me to point number 2, your time. It takes a good number of your time.
I gotta stay here. What do you mean? I'm working. Can you see?
Is anyone even watching you?
I'm making a living. Have fun.
I'd like to retire now if I could.
It's been a pleasure working with you two.
You see, it's so stereotyped, it's so rigid. 9 to 5. You don't even have time for yourself. You might not go on break. I remember when my brother was very sick at some point, I couldn't even go visit him because I was doing a 9 to 5. I couldn't go for breaks, I couldn't go for checkups. I had to. It was so terrific. It's really you take permission and other things. But at times you might need like a week or 2 to even take care of yourself. If you're taking that break in some cases, especially when your attention is needed very well, you'll be surcharged. So your time, as your useful life is spending, your time as well is going. Your time is also spent in that 9 to 5. So know that as you're giving in your youth, you're giving in your time. You don't have time to do a lot of things for yourself. You will realize that a lot of valuable times you won't even have time to attend anything. And if there's any trophy that's going to be won in that organization, maybe you won it for the organization, the trophy goes to the school. I say school because I worked in a school. A trophy or the accolade goes to the company or the institution, not you as a person. For how long will you do that? So your time is really checkmated, it's really spent. You wouldn't even have time to do what you want to do. Yeah, I know that there's some 9 to 5 are like bit not too strict, you can easily maneuver your times and all of that. But in a very serious organization where you do 9 to 5, forget it. Your time is gone. You don't want to relax. You don't want to give us. They control your time. They control when you go for break. They control everything you do, and it is not too good for somebody that is healthy, young, and agile. Why would your time be controlled by another person to that extent? It is wrong. Control your time, and one of the commodities that is so scarce is time. It is short because any time that has been spent cannot be replaced. You live once, you live in time once, you die once. Everything you do in this life is just once. Before you know it, the time is spent. And you say you want to do your whole life doing a 9 to 5, that is spending quality time for another person. It is wrong. So that's the second risk of doing a 9 to 5. And the third risk, you will not want to hear this word. That was what made me to jump out of that 9 to 5. I'm telling you guys the truth. There is no money in 9 to 5. Some persons are paid 1 million, some people are paid in hard currency, some persons are paid in dollars and euros and all of that. The monthly income can, if the person is paying you 1 billion, he's earning 1 trillion. And what happens if you can think of having your own? There is no money in a lot of 9 to 5. At least I worked as a teacher for years. There is no money there. You're impacting values, you're impacting a lot of things, but then the money is not commensurate. There is no money in 9 to 5. Forget that they are paying you millions. Don't you like freedom? Don't you like to be independent? Don't you like to work at your time? Don't you want to be useful with your useful time? Don't you want to see money daily? Must you see money monthly? That is what I'm talking about here. Your time cannot be paid for. That's the truth. Your time is precious. It can't be paid for. You think your time is being paid for. It is not. They can't even pay for your time. So there is no money in 9 to 5. You work so hard, yet you're seeing stipends, you're seeing peanuts. That is why somebody will retire at 35, not 35 years of service, being 60. The person does not have a house, the person is stuck, the person is trying to start from square one, trying to now start to think of businesses to do at that age. We've seen them a lot. That is when they start thinking of business. So this is me telling you now, if you don't want to see yourself in this risk, if you don't want this risk to be your future, if you have worked there for 5 years, start thinking of how to come out. If you have worked there for a decade, save up and manifest for yourself. Do you understand? So that is it. What other risks do you think we have in 9 to 5? The comment section, please drop it for me. Drop it. Thank you for listening to the end of this video. I trust you've learned something. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified. Turn it on anytime I drop a new video. Like my video and see you again in my next video. Bye.